There's currently a war brewing in the e-commerce space, and it's the war for the shapewear throne. And in today's video, we're going to highlight one of the participants in this war, one of the biggest ones actually, and it's one that I actually didn't know about until I was doing some research for the ChemiLab Discord community. And I stumbled on this brand and I was like, man, this is pretty interesting. So the brand is called Honeylove, and they're doing $6.7 million per month. Now, what's really interesting about them is that their primary way of growing is the same way that we help brands grow usually at a ChemiLab, which is through Facebook ads. So their meta ads library is packed with all sorts of really high quality videos and ads, which is pretty interesting. I've said this before, but usually there's a direct correlation with how many ads are on and how much revenue a brand generates. And it seems to be true in this case yet again. Now, the shapewear market is just unbelievable. We know of brands like Skims, right? They are operating in this market. I recently saw Ye post that Yeezy is going to get into the shapewear market. So everybody's trying to take a piece of this pie. And, you can see why. This is just such a booming trend. And what's interesting is it tends to peak around the summertime. So right now, if we were to look at this from the lens of an investor, you're kind of buying the dip if you start a business in this space or if you are in this space. Right now, it's kind of the bear market of shapewear, but going into the summer is when it really starts to pick up and take off, which is really interesting. That's a seasonal thing, but of course, people buy this kind of stuff year round. So although it does peak during the summertime, that doesn't mean you can't sell that stuff throughout the year. Now, this brand, interestingly enough, is posting a lot organically, right? You can see that they're posting all kinds of content, but their engagement is super diverse, right? They're getting 100 likes on this one, but on this one, they're getting 50,000 likes. So the ones that they're getting the most engagement from are obviously ones that are from influencer whitelist pages. So this is one thing about Instagram that's cool now, is that when people post about your brand, let's say through a collaboration, it also posts it on your feed, being the brand. So here's another example, right? Lena Nouri, 2.5 million followers. And when she posted this, she also did like a collaboration post with Honeylove. Really cool. Honeylove is such a clean name, and especially on Instagram. Their tagline here is functional intimates for inspired living, size inclusive plus made responsibly. Very interesting headline. Now, one thing I do want to take a look at right away is their bestsellers on their site. This is always a good indicator of what's selling the best. That's why it's called bestsellers. And it's a crossover bra. So this is the bestseller and it's $69. That is huge margins. I can imagine that this, is probably over 5x of the product cost, which is perfect for running ads. And you can see that their landing page is pretty simple. Let's actually take a look at this in mobile view real quick. Okay, so you can shop all their different kinds of shapewear here at the top. $69, crossover, soft form, silhouette. So a lot of different choices, but it does look extremely high quality. These guys, interestingly enough, they're not doing so much scarcity and, things of that nature to drive conversions. They're just so high quality and they're probably very well known. I don't really know too well yet that they're able to still get a lot of conversions and high conversion rate most likely. That's pretty interesting. They have a ton of relevant products here that they can get people to buy too. Lots of really good videos, lots of good imagery. Just overall really well done. I feel like brands like these will really benefit from AI models too. Just they're going to be able to drop even more products, right, for a cheaper price. They don't have to do this whole photo shoot in order to drop new products. But I do think that's one of the main benefits too of brands like these, is that you can just infinitely drop new products because there's always like slightly different styles or new colors that people want. And you can also capitalize on the innovation of other people in the shapewear space, right? Unless they have patents and whatnot, but I don't think most people do. So let's take a look at some of these ads here. We'll take a look at, let's see, stop buying shapewear built to fall apart after a few wears. So that's a pretty interesting pain point right there. So shapewear for my daughter's wedding. Wow, that's really good. If you're the mother of a bride, listen up. It's not just the bride who wants to feel confident and put together right. Wow, this is a really good ad. This is extremely well put together. This must be like an in-house team, that's managing all this. Um, this kind of stuff, I feel like it would be very hard to produce something like this with an agency. I think at this point, they probably have a really nice in-house ads team, which is super smart. That's going out there and producing these kinds of angles. I think that's such a genius angle. Shapewear for your daughter's wedding, that's huge. One thing to mention, they did raise funding. So they raised $16 million in funding, and that's also why I do think they have a pretty big in-house team. Although they are likely still leaning into brand agencies that do creatives and stuff like that, because the more the better, right? It just takes one ad to really like completely change the trajectory of your ad account. So let's see, sold out in my size forever. This one seems more like what you'd produce with like a UGC agency, right? Yeah, I mean, this is really well done. All these ads are really good. Here's another angle for like a wedding angle. So they're really going after this angle. Why women are upgrading their shapewear for wedding season. Let's just see a little bit of this for wedding season. So this is the wedding angle. Most shapewear looks bad under dresses. Interesting. Super uncomfortable. That's why I switched to Honey Love. Seamless look under tight dresses. Wow. That's such a good angle. So yeah, shapewear for special occasions. I think that's such a brilliant angle for this kind of product. And I think that's what most people would probably buy it for and splurge on for, right? Like you're probably going to spend more for these special occasions. And there's just so many angles that you could target with that. But ultimately, this is a crazy trend. Really, really good one. It's really competitive, obviously. So if you are building a business in this category, I would definitely suggest that you just try to find a winning angle and just double down on that until you build your business up to where you can continue to reinvest and get bigger and bigger and get more angles tested. It does seem like the wedding season angle is huge, especially going into the summer. Let's see if there's any more ads that we can look at that are interesting. Yeah, so a lot of these are really good ads too. So this is more for people that have already visited the site, right? They've already considered shopping. So they're like, I thought Honey Love was too expensive until this happened. So that's for people that have clearly just left right after browsing the site until this happened. Everyone's favorite crossover bra is having an insane value deal. Get a free wash bag, buy one, get one 20% off, free 30-day returns. No discount codes. Just click the link below. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a nice call to action. That's a smart idea right there. It's a good structure. There's so much value to be gained from just like taking a look at other people's ads, especially really successful brands. I do want to look at their traffic here. Yeah, 2 million monthly visitors. They peaked in November last year. Makes sense. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But like I showed you here, based on the trend line, we can see that, in May, April and May is usually when this starts going crazy, crazy. So I believe it'll happen again this year, right? History will likely repeat itself. So, but we'll see. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I wanted to share this with you as I found it quite interesting. I think this is one of the hottest industries right now for e-commerce. It's kind of difficult because of sizing, but the cost of goods are really low. The potential for expansion in your product line is really high. The potential for marketing angles is unbelievable, for content. It's a great one. And yeah, that's about it. Peace.